social science disciplines. Do you have any idea about social science disciplines? Well, let's find out. Disciplines of the social sciences. Social sciences explore the different factors such as cultural, demographic, economic, geographical, historical, linguistic, political, psychological, and social factors that mold the actions of the people and their societal implications. These forces are being represented by the various disciplines within the social sciences, which emerge because of these forces themselves. Social science disciplines, although independent and different from one another, share the same goal, and that is to define the essence of being a human. So what are the factors of social sciences? We have cultural, demographic, economic, geographical, historical, linguistic, political, psychological, and social factors that mold the actions of the people and their societal implications. So those are the different factors of social sciences. Other term for that is the disciplines of the social sciences. These disciplines allows us to analyze the human behavior from a variety of perspectives to deeply understand the controversial issues and complications surrounding our society, and most significantly, to empower ourselves as democratic citizens of the fast-changing world. Social sciences mainly include the following disciplines. So anthropology, demography, economics, geography, history, linguistics, political science, psychology, and sociology. So those mentions were disciplines of social sciences. So the first were mentioned earlier are the factors of social sciences. Now, next are the disciplines of social sciences. What are they? Anthropology, demography, economics, geography, history, linguistics, political science, psychology, and sociology. Now let's find out what are these disciplines all about. First is the anthropology. So what do you mean by anthropology? Anthropology, it is etymologically defined as the study of humanity. Remember that, the study of humanity, that is anthropology. That originated from the Greek word anthropos, word for human being, and the suffix logy, which means the study of the science of. So by the way, what is anthropology? It is etymologically defined as the study of humanity. So it derives from the Greek word anthropos, for word for human being, and the suffix logy, which means the study or the science of. This discipline seeks to comprehend the origins or roots of human beings, the adaptations, either cultural or biological, that allow people to go well with their environments, and the variations in cultural traditions and beliefs that help life among individuals or groups of individuals. Another definition, it's a mixture of social sciences and natural sciences, specifically biology, for it considers both cultural and biological perspectives in dealing with the human nature. Its central focus is the concept of culture, since culture molds the nature of human beings and is conditioned by both social and natural environments. This broad field of study analyzes culture by exploring the people's system of communication, patterns of behaviors, principles or values, tools or ornaments, and even the manners of grouping themselves. It investigates the changes in the traditions of various cultural groups that occurred throughout the years. Next is the demography. So what do you mean by demography? Demography, it is etymologically characterized as writing is about population, which was derived from the two ancient Greek words demos, meaning the people, and graphia, meaning writing about or recording something. It analyzes the different characteristics of the human population, such as the size, the density, the territorial dispersion or spatial distribution, and the structure or composition, and the various factors that bring about changes within its structure, namely fertility or natality, aging, mortality, migration or spatial movement, and migration and immigration, and social mobility or change in social status, example, horizontal, vertical, through statistical models to determine how they cause changes in the society over a specific period of time. Its primary sources of data and information are population and housing censuses, household sample surveys, and administrative records such as birth certificates, marriage certificates, and health certificates. Another one is economics. So what is economics? Economics, it is etymologically described as household management, which was originated from the Greek word oikonomia. This subject of interest deals with the matters or problems related to the optimal allocation of limited resources, which have alternative uses or decision making. In order to satisfy the infinite needs and desires of the people or to maximize the utilities or the pleasures that the consumers will obtain from goods, services, or experiences, it seeks to comprehend the different types of economic system, example, traditional and command, the various human actions or behaviors with regard to the production, distribution, exchange, and consumption of goods and services, and the role of the market and the government in these economic activities, especially in the regulation of the outputs. Another definition is this branch of knowledge characterizes different social behaviors such as collecting raw materials and manufacturing of products using mathematical equations and quantitative analysis. Its primary goal is to develop better economic policies in order to mitigate the issues about the allocation of scarce resources or the distribution of wealth, and to maximize the benefits that the people will get from consuming goods and services. Another discipline is the geography. So do you have any idea about geography? Okay, let's find out. Geography, it is etymologically defined as description of the Earth's surface. Or sa Tagalog, ito ay ang physical na katangian ng daigdig, which was derived from the Greek words geo, which means earth, and graphia, which means recording something or writing about. It investigates the distribution and the location of the different natural or physical features of the earth, which include the landscapes or topographies, the climatic conditions, the living things, floras and faunas, and even the characteristics of the inhabited portion, and the relationships as well as the interactions between the people and their surroundings. So in Araling Panlipunan, we've discussed about geography. So we've talked about the crust, the mantle, the core, the 7 continents, and etc. that talks about geography. So that is all about geography. So according to its definition, it defined as the description of the Earth's surface. So it derives from the Greek words geo, which means earth, and graphia, which means recording something or writing about. Another definition, it is the field of study that serves as the bridge between the social sciences and the natural sciences, particularly the earth sciences, as it examines the people and their environments, and analyzes the geographical relationships between all cultural and physical phenomena in the world. It asserts that the environments or the geographical locations of the people ultimately determine the human actions or behaviors that will be manifested within the community and the kinds of society that will be established or developed over a long period of time. So that's all about geography. Now, let's proceed to the next one. Next is history. So, what do you mean by history? History, it is etymologically characterized as knowledge acquired by inquiry or investigation, which was emanated from the Greek word historia, which means inquiry or knowledge from inquiry or investigation. This area of study reconstructs various recorded human events and natural phenomena and explains the different human thoughts and actions in the past and the changes that these had experienced through the analysis of primary, example, diaries, video footages, official records, and secondary, example, articles, documentaries, encyclopedias, any other source of information. So that's all about history. So another definition. It involves the systematic detection, collection, organization, and presentation of substantial evidences or information regarding several past events or phenomena. This subject of interest points out that the past events, such as the rise and fall of the civilizations and the dawn of revolutions, are still significant factors affecting the present day as these events continue to shape the way people act, behave, or decide in the present. So that's all about history. Next is the linguistics. So what is linguistics? Linguistics, it is a branch of knowledge that is etymologically described as the science of languages, which came from the Latin word lingua, meaning language or tongue, and the suffix ics, which means science or the study of. It is the scientific study of various human or natural languages, which are products of humanity's cultural and biological heritages and their structures such as sounds, words, phrases, and sentences. It analyzes the nature of different human languages by closely examining their formal properties or features, which include displacement or imagination, arbitrariness or flexibility, productivity or creativity, discreteness or uniqueness, dualism or double articulation, and cultural transmission or acquisition. Another definition, this discipline investigates the origins of various natural languages, language acquisition procedures, and the changes that have occurred in different human languages over a period of time, including their modern modifications or variations. Its main focus is the concept of language, since it is a universal and identifiable feature of human capacity and behavior. It plays a vital role in both understanding and culture of a certain society and molds the people living in it. Its principal goals are to create language theories by analyzing the nature of several human languages and to employ these theories in order to describe all natural languages. So that's all about linguistics. Now let's proceed to the next discipline. Okay, the next discipline is political science. So what is political science? Political science, it is etymologically defined as the science of city-state, which was originated from Greek word polis, meaning city-state, and the Latin word scire, meaning to know. This subject of interest is the systematic analysis of various political institutions and processes, sources, and limits of political power and its manifestations, type of legitimate authority or rule and systems of government. It examines the different political thoughts or philosophies, example, patriotism, neutralism, and political ideologies, example, democracy, fascism, as well as the impact of these concepts on the political activities or behaviors, example, supporting or opposing a particular candidate for public office, of the people or groups of people by utilizing numerous empirical and scientific methods of analysis. Another definition, this branch of knowledge investigates the various social structures or patterned social arrangements such as public policies and social laws that maintain peace and order within a certain society and address the needs of the people living in it. It considers politics or the political realm as the domain that captures human lives and as a competition for control of and access to wealth or resources among contending interest groups. So that's all about the political science. Now let's proceed to the next discipline. The next discipline is psychology. So, do you have any idea about psychology? So, when you say psychology, it talks about the behavior. It involves the brain, the mental. Yes. Okay. So, psychology, it is etymologically characterized as the study of mind, which was derived from the Greek word psyche, which means soul or mind, and the suffix logi, which means the study or the science of. It is the scientific investigation of different human behaviors, physical structures, example, nervous system, endocrine system, mental states, conscious and unconscious. Conscious means you are aware, and unconscious means it is the opposite of conscious, meaning you are not aware. Cognitive processes, example, critical thinking and problem solving, and on how these all relate to the surroundings of the people. This field of study analyzes the various internal, example, personality traits, and external, example, environmental or situational features, factors that shape humans and affect their behaviors or reactions, such as the blink of an eye, the rise in blood pressure, or the disorderly violence that frequently explodes in a large group of people, using systematic and objective procedures of investigation and observation. Another definition, it insists that whatever is going on within the psyche or the human mind, such as sensation means your senses, sense of touch, sense of hearing, sense of smelling, etc. Pleasure, phobia means you are afraid of. Doubt, you are not sure, you are doubting. Victory, that is success or conflict problems, molds the way a person sees his or her society and therefore affects his or her relationship or connection with other people and the environment. So it deals with the behavior, how these matters affect the human behavior. Its main goals are to figure out how people living in a particular society act and why these people behave in a certain manner, to make a predictions regarding how people think and act, and to create positive and permanent changes in people's lives, such as treating different mental health conditions and improving the well-being of the people. So that's all about psychology. Next is sociology. So what is sociology? Sociology, it is etymologically described as the study of society, which was derived from the Latin word socius, which means companion, and the suffix logi, which means the science or the study of. This area of study is the systematic analysis of the various developments, systems, structures, and functions of human society. It examines how individuals behave and interact with each other as members of a certain social or cultural group, and how these people work as a whole in larger society through the sociological perspective, which is an effective approach in discovering several repetitive and general patterns of human behavior and interaction. Another definition is this subject of interest, which is a sister discipline of anthropology, investigates the different social influences that affect general patterns of human behavior and interaction, such as historical events, example, revolutions, reforms, wars, social institutions, example, family, education, religion, socially derived cultural norms, example, laws, folkways, taboos, collective values, socially shared beliefs and practices, and social problems, example, poverty, gender discrimination, ecological imbalance, and hypothesizes regarding to the processes wherein the individuals are socialized in a particular society in which they are living. It mainly deals with the concept of social interaction, since social interaction is the fundamental element of all relationships and groups that comprise every human society. Its goal is to recognize the various characteristics of the people living in a specific society, such as their genders, nationalities, or age groups, or in order to apprehend the distinct nature of human relations. So that's all about sociology. So sociology is the last discipline of the social sciences. So how many disciplines are there in the social sciences? So let's mention it. First is the anthropology, second is the demography, third is the economics, fourth is the geography, fifth is the history, sixth is linguistics, seven political science, eight psychology, and nine, the last but not the least, is the sociology. So approximately there are nine disciplines of social sciences. So that's all for today. So thank you, class, for having your time with me. I hope you've understand, and class, don't forget to visit our official website at www.guidef.com. Log in your account there and download the PDFs that I have uploaded there. That includes your quizzes and your activities to be done. Thank you and God bless. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.